they're like amazing, like in that. But at the same time, I kind of hope reality doesn't go the way it goes on the outside of that game, because that's a horrible way to live.
It is.
But if the tech, if it was like went that way, and we were able to traverse the galaxy, and like if we didn't just stop learning stuff and we just played the game always, I'm going off topic now too, but I'm afraid of degradation of social systems. It might become like the IO, where they just take over and shut down your game, or withdraw all the money out of your account. I mean, everybody was spending their money on digital items, and that's, you could do that now, and that's worth it if you have the budget for it. But the one guy blew all their rent money to buy something to try to win a raid. It's horrible.
So I'm trying to find the news about this, because I saw a video on it the other day. But there's a new game coming out where it'll allow a group of friends to explore the galaxies. Something about man, I can't even explain it. It's like the group, you guys all have spaceships and stuff, and you go explore the galaxy and different planets and all this other stuff. And it's not No Man's Sky. It's not that game.
Okay.
But it's like
I figured. I have No Man's Sky, and you can't just immediately find your buddies. You have to be where they are.
Right, but apparently it's super scientific in the way that it replicates what's actually out there by what we know. And apparently it actually might help us explore real space in a way.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure the details, and maybe I'll find it later and we can touch on it a different time, but unless I'm crazy and I dreamt this, which is actually a kind of cool idea. But
well, if anyone out there, knows what we're talking about, or what Jester's trying to say, shoot us a message, or type it in underneath this podcast and inform us of the proper name. I'll try to look for it later at a future date.
Right, that
or,
actually
whatever.
It sounds like a pretty interesting, intriguing video game to get into. Are there any new video games or anything you're excited for? Because not really.
The new Halo one and 2077, I believe, is the other game. I'm super psyched about.
I've been waiting for that game for years.
Both of those, dude. I've been waiting for Cyberpunk since the first time I heard about it, but it really feels like they've just been waiting for the tech. And I read this somewhere, so it's not my quote. They've been waiting for the technology to get good enough to properly put Keanu Reeves in a video game.
That was the whole purpose of making Cyberpunk 2077.
That was it. When they brought him across, I fangirled like a bitch. I was so excited. That's gonna be amazing.
And you're wonderful.
Oh, and huh?
What, he came out and he said, what did he say? You're wonderful, or to the audience member?
Yeah. They just to touch on the other thing too is PlayStation 3 had a thing called PlayStation Home, and it kind of let you do that socializing thing. And I used to play it all the time, and I was really mad when it didn't go to PlayStation 4, but I guess a lot of people thought it flopped. But
wasn't it The Sims, where you could build your own house and stuff?
Well, no, you could buy certain things. Like, I bought the mansion and stuff like that. Kind of the same thing I was talking about before. You spend money on digital items. But I bought the mansion. I had the pool, but you can invite people over, throw a pool party. Obviously it's not proper, aesthetics or whatever. The water just felt like you were walking on land. You didn't really notice it. Your character didn't slow too much or anything like that. But you could go to, like discos and stuff like that. Like, there were clubs you could get into, and if you were VIP rated, you can get into the VIP area and sit in the hot tub or whatever stupid crap. But it was fun. You're real quick. Your character could have wings. You could buy a dragon to ride around, or a unicorn. It was fun in the aspect of Ready Player One without the technology to make it proper.
Right.
When they were just walking around and hanging out with each other, it was kind of a beginning of that.
when you said that you could go to like dances and stuff, it reminded me of my grandma talking about in the 50s and stuff, how they had sock hops and they had dances for young kids and stuff, and that's how she met my grandpa and everything. It's like we don't have these nowadays at all. Like, yeah, you can go to the club, but that's not like a youth thing where you just dance.
Yeah.
And you watched E3,
not too many
right?
people do that stuff anymore either. Huh?
You watched E3?
E3?
Right? Yeah.
I saw some of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Did you hear?
Only because I was, not.
And this is a big one for us. Did you hear, and what are your thoughts on them remaking Destroy All Humans?
Remaking what?
They're Destroy All Humans.
I think I did hear about that. I want to know which way they're going to go. But, I own them digital and hard copy. I enjoyed that game. I thought it was fun. Playing it now, after playing something like, let's say, Assassin's Creed or Halo or COD or even Andromeda, and any of those newer games. I know the game's called Andromeda, but that's not what I'm slipping my mind right now. But
I'll have to post the preview to the new Destroy All Humans. It looks fucking amazing.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, going back to that after, all this new stuff, it's like, oh my God, it's so slow. I forgot how,
it was.
How you got to time stuff and all that. But now if they do something amazing, I mean, they could open world it, and that would be amazing. You could off-planet it. You could hop onto your ship and, fly it in real time, something like that would be freaking amazing. Instead of like a load screen, kind of like in Destiny, it's a load screen and then it drops you off and then, your ship's gone. It's like, man, I want to fly around. I want to goof around. I like the goof around aspect of a lot of games. The storylines, the side missions, I love all of that stuff. But it's the fact of, I don't want to do a mission. I want to goof off, and some games you can do it and some games you can't, and that's, I miss that about,
I heard today
some of the stuff.
The PS5 is going to have a revolutionary effect on load times. Don't know the complete aspects about it, but I heard that today through a reliable video on Facebook. I've heard it on Facebook. It's got to be true. Also, I do believe they got the original voice of the character on Destroy All Humans who played Invader Zim or Gur.
That'll be nice.
I'm just excited about the game. Like you were saying, I went and rebought them digitally on PS4, and it was like going back in time and playing a really slow game. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like playing Spider-Man on 64 compared to Spider-Man on PS4.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. Every time I'd go, what's his web touching? He's looking at the top of the building. Where's his web going?
Like it just ends up in the middle of the sky sometimes.
Yeah.
But the PS4, that new Spider-Man game, is dope. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, just real quick about Destroy All Humans, how cool would it be if there was a mod or a skin you could get to be Zim and have a little girl following you around?
Oh, my God. I would be freaking the fuck out. Like, mod that shit right now, motherfucker, right now.
I miss my cupcake.
Where's
awesome. Your navigation chip, Gur? I took it out to make room for the tuna.
So me and Lord B, back in the day, it's crazy we can say that now. We used to play Halo and eat Doritos and sour cream and Mountain Dew. That was our thing. And if you haven't tried it, go ahead and try it, but it's fattening as fuck.
If your metabolism is still effective, it's a great source of delicious. But if your metabolism has slowed down, buy the smaller sour cream. That's all I got to say.
So when we used to play Halo...
You're going to eat it all and forget it's there.
So when we used to play Halo, I remember that in order to kind of beat it, you would stay at... I think I would stay at the back or the entrance where the save point was. Mm-hmm. And one of us would just go... motherfucker,
basically
charge.
Suicide mission every time. We would have someone hide behind the door that closes, and make sure the other guy never went too far. And every time we'd go too far and the one behind would spawn to you, motherfucker, get out of the fight! Run!
Get the fuck out of here!
Because every time you die, your grenades would respawn. So it was great. One of you would go out, fight till you die, respawn behind that guy because he's not in battle. And then that guy would go out, and it was so much fun all night.
Was. Good times.
You'd see the sunset, see it come back up. I mean, this is back in the summer when you didn't have nothing to do. You didn't have a job, none of that. It's just
like how we walked to
amazing.
Walmart and bought bikes to go bike back. Not going there
you
to
remember,
buy bikes.
Yeah, like we didn't want to walk back, but we probably stood there for 45 minutes going skateboard or bike.
Yeah, should we skateboard this back?
Or bike.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Skateboard's cheaper, but it's a lot of work, and when are we going to do it again? I mean, I already have a skateboard. We should have just brought it with. Yeah, but so you get a bike. I mean, it's a BMX. It's got the pegs. Yeah.
Right.
It's only a difference like
$70.
Why not?
Ride this through the summer. Those were some sweet bikes.
Yeah, they were fun. Cheap Walmart bikes. I can't remember. They were like 70-something or 99 or something like that. They were
about $100 each, and I think we both had the money for them.
Yeah. Working with no bills.
Oh, yeah.
Bought some stupid shit.
Both have good times back then, for sure.
The best part of that walk, though, was the cop that showed up and asked us if we were stealing signs, and I happened to have pliers in my pocket, and he gave them back. I was like, I'm not stealing signs. We were working on something, and I just keep stuff in my cargo pockets.
Too?
And
whoever they were looking for
I think someone was they were graffitiing stuff and stealing like disabled parking signs and stop signs, and we were like, where are we going to put it if we took it? And that's why he let us go, because we're like, we have cargo shorts on, or I did. I think he just said normal shorts. We're just out and about. So he just gave me my pliers back, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to continue to Walmart.
Well, we are reaching the end of our third podcast of The Tangent. How do you feel, bud? I thought it was a great episode.
I feel like they're going too fast.
They are. We could talk for like an hour, 2 hours. Maybe I should upgrade our plan. Maybe get a hour.
Yeah, easily. Real quick, I was telling Jester just earlier, I was like, man, episode 2, we touched on nothing about Area 51, UFOs, and stuff like that. I was like, we didn't even scratch the surface of what they actually do over there or anything like that. And we could have made hours of random stuff. I mean, Ancient Aliens, how many seasons is it? And that's just aliens, but I'm just saying,
20.
And if we just talked about, let's say, Area 51, and, I mean, the fact that we're going back again, but just the fact of everything out there, it's insane.
So what you're saying is we need more time.
We need more time. We need a little bit more material, but the material we have could easily fill up more time of a lot of this stuff. And, I mean, we're going off on tangents. I mean, we had like 3 ideas and did like 10 of them in this episode. So, I mean,
this is
awesome.
what happens
I'm
when you start
loving
a
this.
podcast. So, you work through the ups and downs and you try to figure it out. Looks like we got a message on our chat thing. Yes, go more in depth with those subjects. Of course we will. And I think this person also told me that they want us to touch on Chernobyl a little bit, so maybe we'll have an episode about that. I'll have to look up some information about it. But I want to thank everybody.
Yeah, we want to be properly informed. Yes.
Right. I know that I don't know a lot of information specifically, so, I mean, that's my level 1. I'm trying to get the specifics here so we can get it recorded. But I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank you, Lord B, for once again being on The Tangent, and I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you for listening to The Tangent Podcast, brought to you by the Lords and Jesters of the Realm of Infinite Frequencies. Like us at facebook.com/The Rift Podcast, now streaming on Spotify, CastBox, and YouTube. If you enjoy what you're hearing and you'd like to support The Tangents, go to patreon.com/The Rift Podcast. Don't forget to check out SSW Podcast with Jester. Thanks for listening, and see you on the next realm.